Welcome to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I'm your host, Nikki C., all the way from Philadelphia, PA. We are here with another amazing guest. But before we get into that, this is brought to you by and sponsored by the Connected Leaders Academy, Breathe Capital Planning, Rude Financial Services, and the Author Millionaire Academy, and none other than BALM Global. We are excited to be bringing you just some amazing people doing amazing things in their community, in their lives, and around the world. So I'm super excited for this next guest. Before we get into her and who she is, I wanted to kind of just share the video today of our Empower to Inspire tour that is actually starting 2024. So that was just a glimpse of our first ever Empower to Inspire launch that was launched back on May 20th. And we are planning to take it on the road starting 2024. We have our dates. Check us out at www.buildingaleadershipmindset.com. All of 2024, the locations. If we are hitting up your backyard, you need to be in the room. And all we want to do is just connect with you today, see how we can serve each other on this mission to really make a movement across North America to just empower and inspire people to take action in their lives and really become the leaders in all areas of their lives. So BALM Global is doing amazing things. Stay connected, but today, it's about Jacqueline D Hite. I actually had the privilege of meeting this beautiful soul and seeing her in action on stage at our AMA book launch in January of this year, and we've stayed connected no matter what the time that has passed by. We are in community with the Connected Leaders Academy and some other organizations, so it's super awesome to know her. She is the founder and CEO of Press Forward Inc. To Clifton. She was also born August 11th to Clifton and Ethel Hite in Kansas City, Missouri. She is the youngest of 4 children. She graduated high school from Raytown South High School in 1983. In May of 1986, she enlisted in the United States Army. Thank you so much for your service, love. She served 22 years of active service as a transportation logistician and held the rank of Sergeant First Class upon her retirement. She completed 6 combat tours and was awarded several medals. She used her veterans educational benefits and went to Paul Smith's College located in upstate New York and received a bachelor's degree in Culinary Arts Service Management and a minor in business. She currently resides in Charleston, South Carolina, and I knew I was going to jack this up. It's somewhere in Florida. I'm not even going to try to attempt that name. She has always been a volunteer of service to many communities in the United States as well as overseas. She has served Thanksgiving meals as a Salvation Army volunteer in both New York and Alabama. She was a Cub Scout leader in South Korea. She has served as a board member on an after-school program in New York. She has worked with the Head Start program with AmeriCorps in New Jersey. She has volunteered countless hours for many organizations in Texas, Germany, Italy, Kansas, and Missouri, just to name a few. Miss Hite has 2 children and 1 son, Tylen Gregory Hite, and 1 daughter, Jayla Denise Hite Edwards, and 4 additional children, as well as 2 grandchildren as part of her blended, beautiful family. She is happily married to Bronson L. Meads from Florida as well. Without further ado, let's bring on this powerhouse veteran, Jack. How are you?
Hello, Nikki.
Hello. So happy to finally have you on. We first want to tell you, welcome to the BALM family. You have officially been inaugurated, and we are now attached at the hip. That's basically what we do here at BALM. So thank you so much for saying yes and coming on to grace our audience with your presence and wisdom.
Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that warm welcome. I really, really do. And I want to say to you that you are doing amazing things. You should be super proud of yourself. Sometimes it's a hurdle, but you are really weathering the storm and pushing through. And I applaud you on it. And I just am here to support you, my sister.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah, we get some of those storms throughout our lives, and
Mhm.
we just still have to do what we have to do, right?
Yes, yes,
It's injected in us. It's what's in our blood, and that's to serve. And I will do it every waking moment that I have in any capacity. So I truly
yes.
appreciate that you see that, that you feel that, and I see it in you as well. So talk to us about who Jackie is. This is such an impressive bio, but who was Jackie um, before all of this? Like, what was your
Well,
upbringing?
yes, I had a great upbringing. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. I know that's a hard sting for some Philadelphia people, but but yes, and I am a Chiefs fan. But I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri, and um, I was always taught about, I think, selfless service before I even knew really what it meant from my family. We all got together. We were very family orientated. We were very family forward. We did all holidays together. So you had that connection. And we were raised with a lot of nothing, but it meant something to us.
Mm,
So when you come from a little bit of nothing, you learn how to appreciate things that you receive. So I think as I got older and I began to um, expand and grow and mature, I learned how to appreciate my life years and years and years later. So,
wow.
so
Actually,
that's
that
how
just
I
gave me
came about.
that just gave me chills because I had a whole lot of nothing. Great parents. I didn't see it that way.
Mhm.
I always
Exactly.
knew my mom raised us to really be prepared for anything, as if she was
Mhm.
no longer going to be there the next day, so that um we wouldn't need or be in need of anything, that we would always be ready for what's to come.
Mhm.
So that's just a beautiful way to really um articulate what that upbringing was. So thank you so much for sharing that, because a whole lot of something comes from a whole lot of nothing. And I truly
Exactly.
believe that, if you want it, right? So
Yeah.
tell us, just kind of growing up, when you start getting into what you want to do and actually enlisting into the United States Army. At what age was
Yes.
that? You said, at what age did you go into the Army?
Okay. So, so what happened was, my parents, well, my family, I saw my parents and my whole family work very hard. They were very hard workers. So that was instilled in me to be a hard worker. And at 19, I became pregnant with my son. So I didn't know really what to do with myself. And I was young, single. It was just a crazy time for me being 19 and being pregnant. So at 20, no, I take that back. At 19, I found out I was pregnant because I was enlisted into the Navy. And when I went down there to raise my hand and to sign my contract, they did a pregnancy test and they said, "Oh, can't do it." And I said, "What?" And they said, "You're pregnant." I said, "Who?" "You." So I said, and then they said, "We'll take it again." And the lady came back and she said, "It's the same result. You're going to have a baby." So then the Navy was saying, well, we can work with you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I wasn't really feeling what they were saying. So then I walked down the hallway and I went to the Army. And the recruiters were saying, "Yeah, you have that baby and come back and we'll set you right on up." So they took all my paperwork and crossed out Navy and put Army.
Wow.
And after I had my son, I did, because I said I needed to have a future that had some type of longevity and was lucrative, benefits. That was important because my family instilled that, where a lot of people don't get that. But that's important if you're going to have a family. And I was so young. So at 20, I went into the Army. My son was 5 months old when I went to basic training, and I didn't look back. And that's how I started my career.
Wow. 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 Having your conversations with your son today, what does that instill? Did he sign up for the service, or, what was that like, being a mom and being away from your baby and serving our country, like, and then 6 tours, all of that? How was that, and really being able to hold your own, and what was your mindset at the time? Like, what was that long-term goal?
My long-term goal after I did my first enlistment was to retire, because I knew if you're in the military for a certain amount of time, at one point you just know this is where I'm supposed to be. So you stay and you make it a career because you feel, you just know. But it takes a certain special type of person to do that. Not everybody is built for the military. Not everybody is built for it at all. But I knew that that was my calling and that that was my career. So that's what my long-term goal was to meet retirement. And when I talked to my son, I told him, I said, I know that I missed your first words, first steps, first birthday, but the bigger picture was for me to make sure that you were taken care of with your health and your welfare. That was my main number one concern. So he totally got it. And then once I got out of basic training, I got out of AIT, I went to my first duty station. He came. So it was all that. It was worth it, the sacrifice. But then once I was in the Army, I understood what sacrifice meant, because you do sacrifice everything for the military. You do. They are really number one. They used to tell us if you wanted a husband or a wife, we would have issued you one.
Mm.
You know, but yeah, but it was a hard line to help your maturity grow, so you can understand that in order to have some things, you may have to sacrifice to be successful. So they take the hard line on you and throw it in your face, but you just have to have the hardness to take it and to just move forward with it, and just embrace it and just let it do what it needs to do.
Absolutely. And what were some challenges that forced you to grow more mentally, more spiritually, more emotionally throughout your journey, before you started doing what you do today?
The military, the reason why I went to the Army recruiter, I was getting ready to go to the Marine Corps. I wasn't going to go to the Air Force because no disrespect to the Air Force, but I wasn't going to go because I really wanted something to really challenge me physically and mentally. And I said, I want to either be a Marine, I want to be an Army soldier. I want to be one or the other. So the Army took me and they grabbed me first. So it was meant for me to just do that. But I went into the military in 1986. It changed drastically from 1986 to 2008. Like I said, I was in there 22 years, 4 months, 24 days.
Wow.
That's how long I'll serve, right? So, but it really, really, really taught me selfless service, and it also taught me to just be very tough, because I was tested a lot because of being a female, being Black, being short. Because I was short, there was a lot of tall people, and we had to do runs. We had to do road marches because I was at Fort Bragg and
Wow.
all them other places. So I was with 10th Mountain at Fort Drum. These are places you don't play with. I was at Fort Riley in Kansas, 24th Infantry. You don't play with places like this. You just don't. Fort Hood, Texas was my very first duty station. And you run like you running for your life, 4 miles, 6 miles, whatever. But you had to, in order to lead others, you had to represent. So in order to be a platoon sergeant and lead my platoon, I had to lead the run. I had to lead the road march. So I had to do that. So I had to really dig deep and find that mental toughness that I needed to come out on top physically, mentally, spiritually. And it just really developed me into who I am as a leader today.
I love that because you claimed it. You were not getting any other result but to do what you set out to do, and you became that leader in your own life. How important is it for people to take that challenge on, to represent the leadership role that they possess in their day to day? How important is that for them to really accept that and live in that?
Yeah, it's very important because right now you have to represent what a good leader is with your strong values, your morals, whatever it is that you represent as a good leader. Good conversation, good motivation, great communication skills. You have to represent that because you need to mentor these young people.
Mm.
That is the key, to mentor the young people so they can be strong in their leadership. That's the whole reason for you to be a good leader, so you can mentor.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave a legacy of not being okay. Let me back up. I know I don't want to leave a legacy as being a senior non-commissioned officer in the United States Army, and my family, where it starts at home, where your
Absolutely.
family is not even forward. They can't get it together. They can't, you have got to mentor your family first. Then you can mentor others. But you have to mentor and you have to be strong in it, and right, it's a little challenging today with technology and communication. Nobody wants to really speak, talk in no, you need to talk in person. You need to speak. You need to articulate things because it's important. That's important. And you need to claim responsibility for your actions, good or bad. You have
Absolutely.
to do that.
Absolutely. You
You have to
touched
do
on
it. Yes.
so many great points, and it starts with it starts with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in opposite
Okay.
of what you had, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my mom had just a 12th grade education, didn't work after that due to a condition. But she was a great mom. She is my number one
Mm-hmm.
cheerleader. She is my my motivator, my activator. She's just my best friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was like she never told me like, hey, go and be whoever you want to be. It was just, girl, go to school, get a job, pay your bills, keep your nose
Mm-hmm.
down, like don't, like just live,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy your life, but nothing to the extent of there are possibilities, like there are bigger things out there. And she wasn't taught that. My grandmother wasn't taught that. So we're not going to get that in every family until we decide to break those chains. So as a new mom, right? My son's about to be 18 years old. He already started his entrepreneur journey. He's been on, it was very important for me to have him involved in my growth, in my process when I was going through the motions. So he's been at speaker events. He's been at these locations. I'm actually sending him to his first event in Georgia in September, which I'm super excited about. But that's what it's about. It's about our young ones. It's about us as parents, us as aunts, uncles, sisters, brother, you know, any title that you hold. If you're living and breathing, we need to pour into these children today and really provide the tools that we've learned along the way, either early in life or late in life, but they're there for a reason. So, oh my goodness, that was just a great way to segue into Press Forward and what you have going on with your mission. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to our sponsors and we'll be right back with Jackie Hite. Talk to you very soon. One moment.
Hi, my name is Jose Escobar, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Connected Leaders Academy. We're a growing tribe, a community of entrepreneurs all over the world, globally, all across the country, high performers, titans of industry. If you're an entrepreneur and you're looking to grow personally and professionally, scale your influence, develop your skill sets, move the needle in your business, more clients, more money, more profit, the bottom line. And of course, grow your circle and your network like never before. This is where you want to be. Join the Connected Leaders Academy today. We are scaling massively. We want to welcome you in. Check me out on Instagram and on Facebook, the @ JAESCO25. We look forward to having you join us. Take care.
We are back. We are back here with Jacqueline Heights Meads, just giving us some massive diamond gems just being dropped on just being in the in this space with you has been absolutely phenomenal. And before we get into that, there is a place in Florida. Can you let me know what the city is?
Zephyrhills.
Zephyrhills. Yeah, definitely was not gonna say it that way, like at all.
I was listening to you and I was cracking up. I said, "Oh goodness, she's funny."
Yes, no, absolutely. Here we keep it honest, open, and transparent.
Right.
This is a hot call. We don't sugarcoat anything. If you don't know, you don't know. You ask someone,
Right.
and it's okay to ask and get the answers. Never stay with that unknown mindset. So talk to us about, you've already done your 22 years, you get out of the military, you retire. What was next for you, and how did Press Forward Inc., when was that birth, and what was the mission behind it?
Okay, so I retired out the Army in 2008, and everybody was doing it. They would retire and get a government job. I said, I am exhausted. I am going to be a bum, and I'm going to be a student, and I'm going to use these benefits, and I'm going to just be a full-time student and just enjoy life. I moved further up in the mountains because at the time I was stationed at Fort Drum. So I lived in Watertown, New York, which is about 30 minutes from the Canadian border. So I was up there. And then I decided to move to Lake Placid, New York, which the Olympics were there twice, but it's in the mountains. So I went and toured a culinary school there, and I ended up enrolling there. and going there. So I ended up living there for 4 years, and my daughter moved up there. She went to Lake Placid Elementary, and she just had a great time enjoying that lifestyle. She really did. She loved it. And we just loved it there. And I graduated and I became an assistant chef at a boarding school right there in Lake Placid. For NSA, it's the National Sports Academy. It's for winter athletes, high school athletes. But then the school came into financial trouble and they had to close. So I needed to find me another position. I knew somebody that worked for Morrison Healthcare, and he got me set up with a recruiter with Morrison Healthcare for Compass Group. And I ended up, I almost said auditioning. I ended up getting a job with them. And it was in Jersey. It was in Atlantic City, where I went to the other campus, which is in Galloway. So I ended up becoming a food and nutrition supervisor in Galloway in New Jersey. So I moved from New York to New Jersey. And when I moved there, I was looking for some resources because in New York, they were plentiful. Okay. Because New York is a vet-friendly state. It's a term that we use as veterans. And it is states are monitored on what they provide veterans, services, programs, groups, all kinds of things, mental health, whatever. And each state is evaluated. And there are some states that are not vet friendly. Well, Jersey is one, and I didn't know it. So I got there and I was looking for things to do, and I was in a PTSD counseling facility. And so my counselor at the time said, no, there's nothing like that here. And I said, so after a while, I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to open up my own resource center. So that's what I did. And Press Forward was born. We started doing the paperwork and getting the 501 status and everything. I think in 2018, we finally got everything done. July of 2019, we got our determination letter, making us a 501c3 organization. Also, the same place where I did the PTSD counseling, they moved to a nice building in Egg Harbor Township. And I was speaking to the director, and they gifted me my office. So that's where my office is at.
What a blessing.
Yes. So we intertwine because it's great counselors there. When the veteran needs services that you can't get anywhere in that county, then they send them to me and I help them out.
That is just beautiful. First of all, let me just tell you, Jackie said, there is nothing here. I'm about to make it. And that's what we're supposed to do. We have to create what we don't have. If it's in our minds, if it's in our hearts, and it is bothering us, we need to start taking action and research and find ways to really create what is necessary. And I love that I'm going to create it anyway. That is just beautiful to see. You don't see that much. And sometimes, it just blows my mind when the opportunities are there and you didn't know this connection with this facility, saying, hey, you know what, we don't have that here. But then connecting with them and merging two visions together, that's the importance of opening our mouths and speaking it out loud with other people that could potentially be that partner or that saving grace that we need to put these things in place, because they're so vital and so needed, again, for our future children's children, right? So you get your office, it's born. What's the mission?
So I need to back up just a little bit. So when I decided to do this, I said, I don't have no money.
Great
You
point.
know,
Yeah.
in my voice, I don't have no money. So I decided, one of my friends said that her husband needed some logisticians. I said, where? She said, Afghanistan. So I left, took a job in Afghanistan to make the money to open up Press Forward. I took a contracting job. Yeah. And so and then another company offered me another job in Iraq. So I left Afghanistan and I went to Iraq and took a contracting job. And in the meantime, I was doing everything that I needed to do with Press Forward, paying, but it wasn't causing a financial strain on my family. So again, sacrifice.
Yeah.
And sacrifice. So I did that to finish and to get this on board, because I wanted my children to know, when you start something, you need to complete it. Yeah. If you have an idea, you need to bring it into
flourishing.
There you go. Thank you.
I get mixed up with it too sometimes.
Yes. And so the only downside to this whole thing was, in January of 2020, I was in a missile attack in Iraq. And so when that happened, I ended up getting a traumatic brain injury. So it pushed everything back. Well, it tried to, but Press Forward was still open. We were open then, and coming along. And my daughter was serving as a board member. My son was helping me with the paperwork. So I had the children all involved with it, so they could understand how to start something, how to make it happen. But on top of all that, God has really blessed me. I started speaking to my husband to be, and then we got together, and then we got married. We haven't even been married 2 years yet, but we got married September of 21. Yes. And so everything really came to full circle.
Wow. So taking 2 contracting jobs, getting attacked, suffering a brain injury, and yes. I'm just like speechless right now, because sometimes
it really has changed the way that I speak and the way that I think, because I don't speak and think how I used to. I used to be really free flowing with my words and my thoughts and everything, but now it's a little glitch in there right now. It's better. It's better.
Glitches.
But right, it's a lot better. But
no glitches, honey.
Yeah, but it's a lot better, and I just say, oh, whenever I get stumbled, or I can't think of anything, or I just really forget something, I just say, oh, my brain, and so I just keep it moving.
Yeah, you keep pressing forward. That's like your whole.
That's why my mission. Yes.
Oh my God, I'm just in awe, because sometimes we make excuses of why we don't do the things that we know we want to do. We know we desire to do them. We probably even know that it's our calling, but there's things where financial could be a reason why we don't move forward. Not knowing that imposter syndrome. Like we have so many resources out there to really take on any beast that God kind of puts in our way, and know that He's going to be there alongside you, and going to bring the people that need to be in that environment for you to really make whatever this is happen, because the idea does not come by accident. So I just want to thank you for still pressing forward, still living out what you said you were going to do, and still doing it till this day. So great. Let us know what you're working on right now with Press Forward.
Well, Press Forward is a military resource center. We provide all types of resources for military veterans and their families. Nothing costs nothing, is free of charge, because we're a nonprofit. We provide a service to better the community. That is, what we do. Our mission is to make sure that we provide the correct resources that is needed to military veterans and their families in order for them to live a productive, safe, and healthy lifestyle. We do resumes for them. We help them with employment opportunities. We assist them with finding a veteran service officer to help them apply for their disability benefits. We also provide grocery gift cards to offset food costs, because people are really struggling right now. We've had people that need all types of repairs to their homes, and just all types of things that people need right now. So whatever that you are having a problem with or an issue with, if we can help you, then that's what we'll do. Or we will find somebody that can help you. So that is what our mission is. But yeah, people have came to me, they lost their DD 214, they lost their paperwork, they don't have their medals, a lot of things. So
wow. So basically you are really giving hope to the community, that there's still people out there that care and that are, working in the field for them as they worked in the field for us. Right. So that's just a beautiful thing to watch. And you have a fundraiser coming up. Tell us about that.
I do. I have a fundraiser that is happening right now until the 24th of July. And it's a popcorn fundraiser. And you can get half a gallon bags for $12 or gallon bags for $18. And it's various types of flavors. And you can pay with Zelle. You can pay with Cash App, because we have our own Cash App and our own Zelle. And the popcorn will be delivered to you. So, yeah. And you can find that. It's on our Facebook page, and the Facebook is Press Forward Inc. if you want to look that up. And you can go on there and like us and follow us, and you can see things that are happening with us, because we do fundraising as well as events. We have 9/11 events, we have Military Appreciation Month events, Veterans Day events, all types of things. Next year, we're doing a couple of things different. We're going to have a alongside the Military Appreciation Month, we're going to also do the Month of the Military Child. It's very important that they get highlighted and that they get recognized, because it is very, very trying sometimes for the children of military family members. So we want to recognize them, as well as military spouses appreciation, as well as that as well. So we're going to try and recognize not just the member, but also the family. Next year, we're going to try to incorporate some things and activities for them.
That is awesome. Definitely stay connected with BALM Global in any way that we can help and support. We will. Do you have a flyer for the popcorn so we can add it?
I do. I send it out.
Pop that over to me, and I'll make sure that that's in our Empowered to Inspire group as well. We have a free community there where we're just letting everyone highlight what they have going on and how they can stay in network with each other, because that's what it's all about. It's all about being able to have a place where you can go to and find the resources in the community that you are serving and that are serving you back, so that we are all kind of in line with what's going on, who's doing what, and how can we all support each other. So definitely shoot me over the flyer. I'll definitely be able to post that for you. Just super excited what you have going on. And that fundraiser expires, you said, the 21st? 24th. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yes. And I'll send you that. Yes. I'll send you that flyer.
Cool. So you did tell us what was next. There's a lot of things coming for 2024 as well. And just stay connected. How can people get a hold of you outside of the website? Do you have a website? Any information you want to share?
Yes, we have a website. It's www.mypressforward.org. We also, my email address is pressforwardtogether@gmail.com. Our phone number is 609-415-8253. We're also on Instagram, Press Forward Inc., and Press Forward Inc. on Facebook. But that is what we are. Yeah. And I'm very proud of Press Forward. I'm telling you, sometimes I felt like I needed to close it. I needed to stop. But I have really, really come to just take the blows and just keep going. So this is my calling, and this is my business, and I just have to really put it on the front burner and just keep pressing forward, even though it's really been tough on some aspects. It's rewarding for us. I have a board. We have 6 members on our board, and they're very into everything and very helpful. They're very productive and Press Forward. So I just want to thank my board members. They are awesome. I couldn't do it without them. I appreciate them, everything that they do, because they take their time and volunteer their time to make a difference in their community. And I just appreciate them. So I need to shout out to them, and I need to shout out to my husband, because he's by my side no matter what with me. He prays for me on the daily, and I love him, and I really, really appreciate him. And my children, my bonus children, they're awesome. Isaiah's in the Air Force. He's doing great things. That's Bronson's youngest son. Great young man. He's doing great things. And the 2 older ones are doing great things. The younger baby, she's just 9. So yeah. So, but my daughter's 22. I had to think for a minute. My daughter's 22, and she's great. She's my board secretary. Okay. And she's also a phlebotomist.
Yeah. Wow.
In Texas.
I love that.
Yeah. And my son is the oldest, and he's 37. I can't believe it.
Oh,
yeah. I know.
Yes, that's amazing. I just love that they are all a part of the journey with you. Mm-hmm. And that's beautiful to see, because we don't really see that. And just knowing that you stated that these times can be trying, right? We go through some stuff with everything that's great and beautiful and amazing. And it's about to be, it's all about changing lives. That devil or that enemy is always going to try to sneak up and snatch that away. And for you to really say, you know what, this is my calling. This is my baby. I'm going to keep doing it for as long as I can. I say keep pressing forward in that mindset, because there's a lot of times that we kind of give up too soon, and we don't know what is really about to happen. And if we go through life thinking that the next day is that day, no matter what it is, and just be grateful for whatever God gives us. But if we're still breathing and things are still happening, whether it's at the pace that you want or quicker or slower, whatever, just keep doing it. People
Yes.
are being moved by it. Sometimes we don't know how much impact we're doing because, you know, it can be as simple as just feeding a group of veterans, right? But we don't know what they're thinking unless they tell us. We don't know how appreciative they are, how blessed they are. Now they have energy. Now they can go and do what they're set out to do, and really know that there's people that care. It's just amazing what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for bringing it to BALM Global. Definitely support Jackie and her mission. We don't know what we don't know, but now that you know, definitely go out there and just support communities in your state if you're not directly in Jersey. Can people, is this something that, like, even for your fundraiser, is this globally that they can do, or do they have to be like in the town? Because you said you were going to deliver them.
No,
how is
it
that?
can be globally. It's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. So definitely, I definitely wanted to point that out, because sometimes if we're not clear, they're like, oh, I can't do it because I'm not in Jersey. I want to make sure that we all support.
Even if you're not, it's fine. Yes.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for, again, gracing this podcast. Can't wait to just know more, learn more, and grow more with you, Jackie. I'm going to give you the floor for your just final words on whatever's on your heart right now.
Well, again, thank you, Nikki, for having me and highlighting me. This was truly a blessing and truly an honor to do something like this. I appreciate you very, very much. Press Forward has really came a long way. I see it getting a lot bigger and a lot stronger. I really appreciate people that are helping us and staying by our side and everything. And like I said, the young people are very, very important right now. We really need to mentor them. And if you see somebody young that's struggling, just give them some words of encouragement and words of wisdom, because they need that. And a lot of times they don't, I don't know why this is how it is lately with this generation about maybe being more accountable for their actions and stuff like that. But let's say, listen, you need to take accountability for things that happen. You need to apologize when you're wrong, but enjoy when you're right. But give them that, but let them know that they need to know about accountability. It's important. It's important. So that's one thing that Press Forward really strives to do, is mentor and be accountable and to provide that to the community. So I just challenge people in your own home, just have that conversation with your children, about being accountable for their actions and making them, moving forward in that.
Absolutely. And inclusion is important as well. I know as parents, we're busy, probably working 2 or 3 jobs, and really have sit down conversations, make it intentional, either once a day, to just have a 10-minute conversation. It could go such a long way, and really just listening to our children, what they're saying, what they want, how we can support, and including them in those dialogues can definitely help them be accountable to their actions and know what's right from wrong, or what decisions or choices they should be making for themselves without us making it for them too. Because they want to feel as they are adults, and that we believe in them, but we have to start feeding them those tools. I can't wait to talk to you about Ladies Rising, which is a program that we have in a beta run that may be starting in Jersey 2024, that I would love for you to kind of check out and see what we have proposed, and then go from there. That'll be super awesome. And thank you so much Yeah, girl, we have so many things that we have to chat about.
Yay, yes.
Glad that we are in community to do so. So thank you everyone for listening to another episode of Building a Leadership Mindset podcast. I am your host, Nikki C. Definitely connect with Jackie. Have a great day. And as I always say, make it count. Bye, everyone.